what do you think the next Demon Hunter set will be? And what was the results from that?
So you gave the options of pet build with wolves and ravens,
Just
a
something,
strafe set, elemental arrow, chakram, and a trap DH, which sounded quite funny to me. I'm 5, by the way. But chakram, it won the poll. It was, it won by quite a few votes as well. I think chakram probably makes the most sense.
Yeah, it seems like in your face and like marketable and like the chakram's pretty like huge, right? And like I don't know, like I guess it's popular, so it seems to make the most sense for me. I voted on the poll. I voted for chakram as well, and I put elemental arrow on the list. I think that was second, right?
Yeah, elemental arrow came second.
It just has like vanilla D3 vibes, so I think a lot of people want to relive that, just like they wanted to relive CM Wizard or Zombie Bear Witch Doctor for the set and stuff like that. And I put a pet build on there because I mean there might be like there's pets and there's no pet build really. I mean technically your sentries are pets, but and then we had a strafe, which is really popular build for that
I don't
people
really like strafe.
You don't like strafe?
No. Just feels like I'm RP walking, kind of. I don't know. It just feels really clunky to me.
Especially with Echoing Fury, you might be able to make it fast. I think it depends. Yeah. There's ways to make it fast. There's like a rune that can speed you up and things like that. But it can be fast. And if it was strong, then we'll have to see. Yeah. And then a trap DH I put on the list because of D2 is really popular. Traps in. And all that stuff. So, and Trap DH was last, sadly.
Yeah, it came last. Only if I don't know. People didn't really. Yeah, they were like, yeah, it has traps, but this looks cooler. I think it was weird. I thought pet build would have won because at first it was doing, and then it kind of. Chakram kind of, came out of nowhere, as did Elemental Arrow. And I was looking around because I've not really played any Elemental Arrow. I don't think I've ever had a build. So I was looking around at videos and there's a few UE builds and Marauders that are using Elemental Arrow and they're doing like T12 or so. So it was pretty interesting to see that people are still using it just because they like it, I guess.
Is it the nether rune or whatever, the tentacle rune? Like it's like a black cloud. Like that was like one of the most iconic ones. So
there was a frost arrow, I think, as well. Someone was using. They kind of combined it with multi-shot, which was interesting. It was kind of, some inventive things out there, I suppose. I've never really, looked into Elemental Arrow. I know it exists and things, but chakram I think we use a lot in the starter guides, the starter builds and leveling. I've used chakram quite a few times and it's been really easy. Chakram and bolus kind of those kind of builds,
low cost spender, and it's like 10 resource and cover and blankets the field, really good value, easy to spam and all that stuff. It's a really good ability.
I think it'd be nice to see it something chakram. It looks cool as well. You're flying out things everywhere, and I know multi-shot does that as well, but it's got a kind of different vibe to it.
Yeah, there's different runes too for different things. I made a like super off meta build one time, where there's like a chakram rune called like Shuriken Cloud or something. And they just rotate around your character like a little baby whirlwind, or like a little baby sweeping winds. It's like a little tiny baby sweeping winds. And I made a lawn build with it, and I just walked around, and it was a little shuriken cloud was just killing everything. And so if they do buff chakram and it gets like a flat damage increase, my little ghetto build will finally see the light of day. So I'm excited.
That would be pretty interesting. I'd be really intrigued to see how that would be. I hope it is something with chakram, or I don't know. I like Demon Hunter. but I normally just stick to the same thing. I've tried some crazy pet kind of multi-shot where all the pets are out. You've got sentries and your multi-shot as well. I think it was Marauder's multi-shot kind of vibe. I don't even know where I got the build from, but that was interesting. It was a lot going on though. It was like pets were everywhere and it was a little crazy. But what other pet build would you think it would be if they chose pets instead?
I would imagine like the pet build would let them do damage because like the Marauder set gives you all the pets, like all the companions, but they don't like really do DPS. So it would maybe be similar. Like maybe you'd even use 2-piece Marauder with the set, and the pets would actually do the DPS. Like so, like if you have the wolves with you, maybe the wolves do like, you know, billions of damage versus right now they don't do really any damage whatsoever. So I don't know if they would get a new.
There for a buff.
Yeah. There's like a Cloak of the Garwolf that gives you 3 wolves. So maybe something to do with wolves, where they do a lot of damage, or I don't know, like the Raven or something like that. Or one thing I didn't put on the straw poll, which I thought was cool, was like a grenade rocket set, like some kind of explosive. I don't know. It's kind of like a explosive set since there is grenades and rockets, and there's passives for both. And so then there's like a grenade belt, and then maybe you can do there's like vengeance for there's all kinds of grenades and rockets for Demon Hunter across the board, across multiple abilities. So I thought that would be cool too if they did some kind of explosive set, since we like big booms, right?
Well, there's the thing with vengeance, isn't there, that you shoot out rockets and you have to take it off for the UE set unless you don't vault and things.
Yeah. There's a lot of abilities like multi-shot shoots rockets. There's like a, I forget what it's called, but there's like a lot of abilities that will throw rockets or grenades with the ability, like just attached to it. So they could do something like that, and they could like the set could buff the passives, and then you can boost it that way, or you can just put like a fat, you know, multiplier on the 6-piece or whatever.
Yeah. It's a lot. I think it's been the weirdest one to try and figure out because it's already got so many different kind of things compared to others. Well, I think anyway. I think Demon Hunter is one of the most, I don't know, versatile. You can do lots of different things.
It's like one
I've only really
patch away from being like the best class in the game. Like, because it has Shadow, multi-shot, like what's the sentry build?
Nats.
Yeah, Natalia's. You have rapid fire is what I was thinking. You have rapid fire. And so like let's say they all get buffed and they're all competitive, like in the 140 territory, solo pushing. And then you have the new set, which is also competitive. Like they're like one patch away from having like the most diverse fun builds, pretty much. They're pretty close.
You played rapid fire and you were unkillable.
Yeah, it's a really tanky build.
Crazy, yeah, it was insane to see, and it's also, you know, it had a real punch to it as well. I think they should have some nice love towards them, really, because I don't know, they've kind of felt a little left out, or I think they have anyway. You know, people are still just doing Impel. People are pushing with UE, which is good, but I don't know. There's just
it doesn't have that, like the other classes have. It needs a little bit of overhaul.
Yeah, it's squishy compared to the other builds as well. You know, you're going to get clapped. I know you've got all the moves, but eventually you're going to get smacked, and especially hardcore, it's hard. I haven't killed my Demon Hunter actually. I've killed everything else.
Same. Demon Hunter is the only class that hasn't died for me yet. Out of all the classes, the survivalist.
Which is weird because I use squirts on it even, and I run around like a boosted animal on the Demon Hunter, and it's totally fine. Everything else I've died, and I'm like, okay, I'm not even that comfortable with Demon Hunter. I'm super comfortable with my monk, but I've killed it this 4 times now.
Yeah, 4.
And I haven't even
4
done
deaths?
anything interesting. Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I mean, I've died a lot, so.
Can you believe it? I'm like, I haven't even pushed yet, and I'm dying left, right, and center on my monk. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's got issues. It doesn't like me this.
You playing Tempest Rush?
Yeah, I haven't even pushed. That's how sad it is. As soon as I get to a point where my gear's good, I'm about to start organ things. I've got my gems back up. I die, and I'm like, really?
You're like, why? Why do I do this?
I should have just already done it, I think. But no, I died in a 105 of all things, through Serenity, through everything else. And
Oh, I think you told me about that. It was like a weird death. Like, it didn't make sense.
No, it didn't make sense. And yet my Demon Hunter can run around without gems on, because every time I die, I have no gems. So my Demon Hunter doesn't even have gems, and he's out there killing things, not dying. And I'm like, okay, maybe I have a newfound respect for Demon Hunter all of a sudden.